welcome. I'm hoping I'm doing this right and that we've got some sound. So I'm going to have to wait until I get some people joining me. I can't really hear myself. And I haven't done this before, so bear with me. I am trying to listen through my headphones. That doesn't seem to be working. Hang on a sec. Maybe my sound is off on my tablet. How about that? No, I don't know. Well, I need to know if somebody can hear me. That would be a good idea. I'm just going to rattle on, I think. And if people get back to me and say, I couldn't hear anything, then I will know. Anyway, this lovely on-air sign was created for me by my brother Matt, ArcaneArmoury. Let me try and hold the camera a bit steadier. I've tried this morning to put this on a tripod or a box or something, and it didn't really work out that I could be in a comfortable position, so I'm just going to have to try like this. Anyway, yeah, this is really cool. It's just a little on-air sign. I didn't do much but flash, but it's got some really nice details. I'll just zoom in. Nuka cherry bottle, 3D printed. These are files that you can get hold of, apparently. And we've got a little Vault Boy, so they're all in relief. If I just tip it there, you can see. And I'll show you the back as well. I'm going to switch it off to save the battery. I'll just turn it over. Sorry, Matt, they're going to see the back. But I got some stickers from Redbubble and I couldn't resist just adding a couple just to finish it off. So yeah, that's my neat little Christmas gift from my brother. He makes lots of different props. Right, let's get on with things. I have got my portfolio here. Hello, apparently I've got 2 viewers. I would love it if somebody could say hello. 3 viewers. Oh, awesome. Come and say hi in the chat. Can you hear me? I'm going to have to write this down because I don't know. Yeah, I should just put that in the chat. Can I chat here at the same time as... Hello, Arcane, can you hear me? Hey, Aura, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Yay, thank you for confirming that. That's awesome. I will take these headphones out because I thought I could hear myself through the tablet that I'm looking at my stream manager on, and I did not know. Sorry about my shaky hands. Right, so I've got these stickers from Redbubble. I've got this one because Lorelei is favourite faction. If you know which one that is, shout it out. That's, of course, Mccready's little toy soldier there. I'm sorry I can't credit all the artists, only because I don't remember who these are all by, apart from this guy here, my little Bi Pride flag dog meat. That's by Halk, aka Tarbury Mentats, on Tumblr. This one's really cool. I got my stickers and my t-shirts, my Fallout merch off Redbubble. It has some really sweet stuff. It's just got so much detail. I love pictures like this. The things are all crammed together. That's awesome. You barely played Nuka well. You got it, Aura. So it is. Because Lorelei likes caps. And this is probably my favourite Valentine picture ever. Just so noir detective. I mean, I think it's based on a screen capture, but the way that they've done it in black and white was just really cool. Ike's Knights, yes. Where did I put my Ike's Knights? Not on the back. Hang on, I think I might have put it on a different... Let me just rummage in my drawer for a second. Because I also have... I forgot, I should have got this out already. I've got this little sketchbook, which is an old one. I can show you that too. Yes, Atom Cat sticker. sketchbooks in there? No. I put it somewhere. Was it on the new one? Let's have a look. One I've barely started. Again, thank you Redbubble. My little sketchbooks. There it is! ArcaneArmoury designed that for me because my OC Vincent used to be a biker and he belonged to the very nice biker gang IX Midnights. That's Motorcycle Independent Dealership. That's what it stood for. So yeah, I imagine he was riding around with a leather jacket with that on the back of it. Sad to lose it when he went into the vault. But he's got an Atom Cats one instead now. So that's fine. Okay, would you like to look at the old... Hang on, in order the sketchbooks are like this. Would you like to look at the old one, the pretty one, or the very new one first? Because I love to get people involved in chat. While I'm just waiting a second, I have my cup of tea this morning. I'll show you what it is in a sec. Let's have a quick look. It's really hot still. Trying to keep the camera still. I treated myself to... Now, yes, it did come from America because the fandom blends of Adagio teas, they only do the full out one in America, but this is what I got. Focus camera. There we go. So it's Tiger Eye, Vanilla Oolong, Gunpowder and Cardamom all together. And it's really tasty. Alright, let's go in order. Okie dokie. I start with this one. So we start from the very beginning, where my drawing wasn't so great. I had to practice. When I started sketching Fallout, I just want to show you the cool sticker. See, look, 2017, sort of me, and the cool sticker. Love that phrase. Yeah, I hadn't really done any sketching in a fairly long while. I come from a 3D model making background, so my 2D was sort of adequate, but it was never it was never the strongest thing. So anyway, so of course the first thing I drew was Vincent, and what I used was the brown one of these friction pens. This is what I use, Pilot friction pens. They are it's quite a lot of colours, but I usually stick to the brown one because it creates this lovely sepia tone. And I've got my art materials next to me. I can show you after we've looked at the pictures. Mccready. There might be some embarrassing ones in here, so I might just forgive me if I just go skip past them. Yeah, so I've been drawing Vin and Mac for a while. Or you have a pack of those sitting right next to you. Cool. I love them because not only because they rub out, well, most of them do. The purple one doesn't rub out very well, I have to say. But you can also smudge and you get a really nice effect just by while the ink is still just wet. So you scribble a bit and then you smudge it with your finger. So very often when I was doing these drawings, you can see I've smudged down here and I've smudged his hat. Yeah, I ended up with a bit of a stained finger afterwards. Preston. I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. Not bad for an early attempt. His waistcoat all fancy and everything. My first attempt at Paladin Dance, or Diesel Dan as he becomes in Vincent's story. Do you know, they do feel a bit like pencils, don't they? I have to agree. And even though you're putting ink down straight on paper, it doesn't matter if you make one or two mistakes because you can rub it out generally. Mostly. Dog meat. Of course we have to have dog meat. I have posted many of these pictures to Tumblr in the past, and I was pretty pleased with how Hancock turned out. Dance Revolution. There you go. Yeah, if you spend channel points still, I've still got my tablet next to me. I'm looking every now and again. There's Nick Valentine, my first ever attempt, which I'm, again, pretty pleased with. I wish the sun would come out. It's a little bit not quite as bright in here as it was. Piper Wright. It told me to turn the camera around, so I don't know if let me just try. Oh no, I think that's selfie mode. I don't want to do selfie mode. Can I do it the way around? That's going to be sideways view, isn't it? Never mind. And Nora Fries, who is Mutual's character. Little Mccready in the background, of course. Yes, the sun exists every now and again. I know we've only got cloud here. Deathclaw, run! I'm so proud of this one because it was a very quick, rough sketch. I didn't bother with all the details, but I think that actually benefited the whole picture because the face just stands out and you're like, it's going to bite. It's going to bite. So that's why I made the D into an R and put run. Because I think I'm clever like that sometimes. I just do these little things because it amuses me. Who's this guy? Wade Russell. So some of these are other people's original characters. And honestly, because I didn't write it down at the time, I've probably forgotten which Tumblr user these all belong to. Some of them I remember. There's my Vin again. Deathclaws are hard. Although if you played 76, if you come across a Scorch Beast, they're tough. So yeah, I like the little details on this. I did his little neck tattoo. You know, you can get that magazine for the eagle. I thought that really suited him. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Look at him, poor thing. And this is my friend Blue's character. This is Vaunzander, Vincent's cousin, actually. Hey, Devilish, how you doing? I'm just showing my oldest sketchbook. Look, very first picture. I'll just flick back. Nope, not that one. Very first picture is, of course, it's Vincent. So I did start developing. I mean, this one's a later Vincent I just showed. So the difference between that and the first one is I put more effort in. I got more confident. But yeah, this is it's radioactive-synth on Tumblr and Bluezander on Twitch here. Blue sometimes watches but is working today. But this is their character, and when I first saw this guy on Tumblr, I thought, yeah, he bears a little bit of a resemblance to Vin. They look like they could be related. And I popped a message off saying, hey, I like your character, kind of thing. And, you know, I think they look like they could be family. What do you think? Blue really liked the idea, and we came up with this whole background for them, which has just continued to grow. And it's spawned stories. It's inspired both of us to do writing and art. And we've had commissioned art of the pair of cousins who are more like brothers, and we've hashed out a whole backstory for them because it's fun. He's very serious, his old Vaughan. And one of my favourites, Porter Gage. I think I got his expression down pat. Like the "are you sure about that, boss" kind of expression. I'm seeing that a lot at the moment with Lorelei. Or you're trying to beat the game at level 15. It's a nightmare. My characters have so much lore, it's amazing. It's obsession, it's hyperfixation, it's being inspired to write and draw, and having the time to do it, I have to say, because yeah, I have plenty of time, and very often physically I can't do much else. So sitting and typing is one thing that I've found I can do, because I have something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which flares up every now and again. It's very complicated. You can look it up online. There's a lot to it. But basically it's a genetic condition, but it affects a lot of parts of the body in lots of different ways. And one of the big things is fatigue. So very often I'm sitting. We have a Meowbomb. Do you want to meet Dimity? We've heard Dimity a lot on the game streams. This little person helps me a lot as well. Hello, come say hi. Here's Dimity. Are you want to come and share the? Okay, she's helping. She's helping. I'm getting a lick. There we go. There's my little meow bomber. Now you have met her. Oh, fuss. That's why I put a fuss my cat channel points option. She's a cute little tripod. Yay, meow bomb. Yeah, are you going to climb all over everything now, miss? Don't climb on my sketchbook though. Okay. Excuse the occasional tail. I think she's settling down. There's my Lorelei, my overboss. Back from when I thought her name was Anders, I decided it was Anderson. A bit later. Or I just got it wrong when I wrote it. I can't remember, because the one I'm playing at the moment is a remake. So she hasn't even, done much in the Commonwealth, but she will get hold of one of those Corsa coats, because she rather liked them first time round. Dimity, your tail is in the way, darling. Thank you. And there's one of my better Paladin dance pictures. His detail on his coat. Made it look all fluffy. Tail bomb, yeah. I know there's a lot of fans out there who really like Paladin Dance. I like him, but I like Mccready more. Oh dear, there's my friend Woodsburge's character Peter, who's a right. Can't say the word. This is my first in real life stream, Devilish, yes. My very first one. I'm not showing my face because I'm a bit camera shy. You get a Dimity instead. Yes, you don't mind showing your face, do you? Because you're adorable. Look at that pedal. Oh, yeah, okay, you're helping. Yes, I shall turn the page. Hang on. I'm having to push the notebook further and further away because I need to lean it on something. Oh, sorry, I was going to say about Peter. There's another page as well. Yes, Woodspurge, who Peter belongs to, is... Woodspurge is my co-writer for a lot of my Vincent fic. She writes the part of Mccready. Not in Vincent Redefined 1, but in part 2 she started to join me. And we've done a couple of little drabbles since. Alright, you do literally have a simp blog for dance. Loads of people do. I was not thinking of you at the time, I was thinking of somebody else actually, but loads of people do. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a very fine character. And he's, to Vincent, he's kind of like an older brother. Yeah, anyway, the Woodsburge, my friend who's done a lot of writing with me, she was one of the first people's fic I read. And again, I reached out being quite, I don't know, I found some confidence, I think, in this fandom. And I found things I enjoyed, and I was able to reach out and say, hey, I've really enjoyed your writing. Would you, because you write Mccready so well, would you write Mccready for me? And we ended up writing it over Messenger, basically. I'd direct the scene, and I would say, well, this is what's happening, and I'd give Vincent a line, or whoever was talking, and then Woodsburge would give Mccready a line. So I never knew what Mccready was going to say, and I had to react to it as Vincent, which is very like... Oh, first my cat. I can see that on my phone. Yay! Hey, there you go. Oh, yeah. I can see it on my phone. That makes things easier. She is getting fuss. Look at this. Look, here we go. Oh, we're getting some quality fuss here. Getting some quality fuss. Thank you. Received and appreciated. Yeah, it's pretty good on the phone, isn't it? Yes, anyway, so we've had a lot of fun writing together. Right, this character is called Ellie. I don't remember who she belongs to, but it looks like she's got the armour that Vincent's just picked up from Far Harbour. The assault marine armour. And then we have a bit of colour for Jean. I like this guy. He's got a fic as well as Mccready in the background. And I really enjoyed that fanfic too, so I don't know if this was an art swap. I can't remember if I just kind of did these as freebies or if I did them as art swaps, because I didn't always have a Ko-fi. I either did them as a gift or I said, well, if I found somebody who could also draw or maybe write something in exchange, I would offer an art/fic exchange, which works pretty well. So yeah, I was pretty happy with him. Moody Mac in the background. Travis, Lonely Miles. And sometimes I try and write their names as I imagine that they might. Hey, Shiro, thank you so much. Yeah, I try and write their names as they might write it. I like Travis. He's an awful lot like DJ Qualls. If you've seen Z Nation, which is funny and really good, he's literally the guy on the radio, so I think he looks a lot like him. There's Curie, my attempt, which is all right. It's not my favourite. And again, I've given her a first name. I decided to call her Amélie. Yes, from the film. Yes, because it's French. Robo Wife. Oh, is she? She's such a lovely person. Like, yeah, I do sometimes romance her and to get the perk, and then think, like, I want to just stay and protect you, but I can't. I've got to run around the Commonwealth doing other things. But no, tell you what, I always make her a hospital and set her up nice and safe. Oh, you think Amélie is the perfect name. Thank you. And you might recognise this picture if you've seen my YouTube channel, because that's what I used for my little avatar. Codsworth. Look, so we've got black and brown friction pen. I'll just show you so Shiro can see, because I didn't show you earlier. These are the things I'm using, or have been using, because they are erasable and somewhat smudgeable, so they give you nice textures. Mucky fingers, but nice textures. So yeah, he's a very fine gentleman indeed. Very charming. I love the voice acting as well. I just really love it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Charlie. Again, I know it's a Mutuals OC, but I can't remember. I think I know whose, but I don't want to say because I might get it wrong. Glenn and a guy called Dread. There was this event called Soul Party a few years ago, where loads of characters meet. Now, Glenn is actually my original character, and I made him to start with as just an adult face for Sean, because in the story, Vincent manages to get Sean an adult body and helps him to grow up. But of course, when I'd made this new character, based it very heavily on Vincent. Oh yeah, this is since 2017, Matt. Yeah, I made this character and then thought, I might as well play him. And he joined the railroad and he romanced Piper. And I don't think I got all the way through the game, and he never did any of the DLCs. I've lost his save now, unfortunately, but that was Glenn. Another dance. You stop me from doubting the validity of my own existence, he says. I kind of love and not hate. Hate is too strong. I find it challenging drawing power armor, but I like how it turns out when it works well. There's Glenn again in his baseball outfit, because he was he did a bit of melee. I played around a little bit with that, but I didn't really feel his character, which is why I've sort of let him go for a bit. Sylvia, somebody else's OC, a bit bruised and battered. This guy I'm really pleased with. John Charma Roscoe. Now, does he look familiar? Because he is actually based on an actor. He has a face claim that I used. I can't right now for the life of me remember the guy's name. He's a British actor. Devilish, that's your old baseball outfit. Oh, yeah. Matt, you'd probably be better at drawing power armor than people. Yeah. Shiro, big armor in general is difficult to draw. It takes a lot of precision, doesn't it? And patience. My goodness, the patience. But yeah, do you guys know who this actor is? He's based on someone. Never mind if you don't. Anyway, he's got the old Ushanka cap on. Yeah, the textures on that. I was really pleased with the textures because it's woolly like my if I can show you. My new blankie has a Sherpa blankie and it has this woolly texture on the other side of it. So that's kind of like that hat. So I was very pleased with how that turned out. Yes, Shiro, you got it. Idris Elba, thank you. Spot on. Well, that's a massive compliment that you've recognised him. Awesome. Yes, I was really chuffed with that one. Mccready again. Not my best Mccready I've ever done, but practice in drawing that hat, that 8-pointed hat. This guy's called Elijah, and yes, he's got Kellogg's armour on. I can't bring myself to put any of my characters, not even my... well, I was going to say not even my overboss, but... oh, I might do it now. Yes, this blanket is very, very soft. I was spoiled this Christmas, honestly. Got some nice prezzies. I'm just going to show it off one more time, Matt, because this is so cool. This is what ArcaneArmoury made for me. This little on air sign. Bing! How cute is that? It's just adorable. I'm so chuffed with that. I have a very talented bov. Oh! She's just slid off the bed. She does that. She paws herself off. So, cat interruption. And Nora and Nate. Not quite sure. Well, that is actually Nate as in Vincent before the war. But this Nora is someone I agreed with the owner of her. Whoever came up with her, I can't remember now, sorry. We agreed that they knew each other in the army. So, and they both like Grognak. Shiro, yeah, the on-air sign, isn't it just? You want to go look at ArcaneArmoury's Instagram. He has a lot of very cool stuff. And Kaylin, I quite like her expression on this one. Bit sassy. Again, Kellogg's outfit. I did loads. A couple of blank pages there. There's an Amelia. Oh yeah, so this is from Fallout 76, somebody's 76er. A little bit paler because obviously my pens were running out. You love the Kaylin one? Yes, really. Let's just show that one again. The chat is obviously a little bit behind. I left a few pages because it was a while. But yeah, just... you can see as I had more practice, I improved. And you know, as every artist does, you have good days and bad days. So sometimes, even though you've practiced a lot, you come out with something that you think is pretty rubbish. Other days, you excel yourself. Hey, look who it is, devilish. It's Ricky G showing off the Grognat costume. Like he does. And he's got his lucky tattoo there. There's my 76er. Yep, guy's pretty strong. And of course, rocking the pompadour, because we love the pompadour, don't we? Loving the pomp. Yeah, you got to be strong to survive Appalachia, haven't you? ArcaneArmoury eats his spinach. Good. And look who it is. Look who it is. Shiro, do you recognise this guy? Yay! Yep, that's where he lives, in this notebook here. That's Devilish Otaku's OC 76er. Yes! This is static. And we kind of decided, there you go, look, I wrote that down there. We kind of decided that these guys grew up in the vault together. And although they weren't kind of blood related, they did sort of end up being adopted cousins. He's the troublemaker, this one here. His bare arm, oh yeah. And then we've got Ricky G again as a ghoul, because I wanted to write my 76er into my Fallout 4 fanfic, and because Fallout 76 takes place only 25 at the beginning, it was 26 now with Wastelanders, 26 years after the Great War, and Fallout 4 takes place 210 years after, the only way I could get Ricky into that story was to make him have survived as a ghoul. And I am very proud of this one, because ghoul faces are tricky. So bless him, he's having to wear a wig these days, but he's kept a little bit of his beard. He still plays guitar. Oh, of course. Thank you, Shiro. Yeah, this is one of those where you think, if I try and draw that again, it won't be as good, so I'm not going to bother. You know? And he's got his New River Red Ale t-shirt on, which I've actually got one. Redbubble again. So yeah, 20. I drew this 2020. If in doubt, peel your character for plot. Yeah, I made him a raisin. Sorry, Ricky. Somebody else's character called Banshee. They're a 76er as well. And again, she has a face claim who I think is a comedian. I can't tell you her name though. But she was so fun and perky. I thought that was really cute to draw. Who else have we got here? Ah, yes, Dr. Xander again. Now, if I try and find the other one, let's have a look at the difference between this newer Xander, Vaunzander, and the old one. How can I do this? I didn't bank on trying to have to put my phone down. Hang on, I'm just going to put it on its little stand here, so covering the camera up. No, I can't do that. I'm going to stand you on. Hang on. Excuse the faffage. There we go. Let me just look for a second. I'm just trying to find the other Xander who was right at the beginning, because I do like to compare before and afters. There we go. Okay, got it. Right. So there's the old one, right? And there's the newer one. I got much better proportions on the face that time, I think. More detail on the clothing as well. So you can see there's improvement. Yeah, pretty happy with that one. I'm trying to kind of peek at what's in the next page. Okay, that's fine. Monica, another OC. She looks like you don't mess with her. Pattern clothing is so difficult to do, especially when it follows wrinkles and folds and bends. Yeah, it's tricky. Oh yeah, and there's Sophia from Fallout 76. I'm really pleased with how she came out as well. And that greaser jacket. Yeah. I've drawn that greaser jacket so many times because it's because of the characters I choose to draw. Oh, thank you, Shiro. It's interesting for me to look back on, you know, where I started, and it gives me a lot of confidence. Right, oh, here we go. So we have Ivy and Mac. Ivy is in a fic by Ginger Breton, I think her Tumblr name is, and I really enjoyed it so much that I wanted to draw them. Again, she's got an interesting costume. I think that's a mod. Pretty sure that's a mod. And she has white hair, so that was a challenge to draw white hair on a white page. What else have we got? Oh, we've got Kate, and this is one of my best as well. Yeah, I often show this one off because I'm so proud of it. That's Vincent's version of Kate because she's wearing that militia hat there. Again, really pleased with all that texturing and shading. Yes, focusing on the boobs. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, so I was very happy with how that one turned out. Now, what else do we have? Oh, you know, we hear about Duncan Mccready, but we never see him, so I drew him. There he is, in his bed, with his giant Mr. Huggy, giant purple sloth, and his slightly scorched book of bedtime stories. And he's about 4. Yeah, I used some sites for, like, royalty-free images for reference. And the names have gone out of my head. Apart from Pixabay is one, and Unsplash is the other. Really useful for reference. I know, I love the sloth. That purple sloth is just adorable. I called him Mr. Huggy. I imagine that Mccready sent him one over from Nuka World before he could actually go and pick him up and bring him home. Right, now there's some blank pages here, but there's not entirely blank. I'm going to put you over here again. While we just check out. Let me just try and put this down a bit. Well, I just check out what's in these last few pages because some of them are not safe for this broadcast. Not terribly unsafe, but also I might not want to show them because they're a little bit personal. Alright. Okay, here's a couple I can show. Alright, get ready for some mush. Here's Vincent and Mccready having a cuddle because they are romance companions. And they're just having a snuggle there. So, I mean, I wrote them in my fic to be talk about a slow burn. It was a very slow burn. Vincent is oblivious. And finally, here's Vincent's old commanding officer, who is the OC of a friend of mine. So he's Jimmy Kizumura. And yeah, they used to get on really well. And myself and I think she calls herself Sugar Stars on AO3. We're actually co-writing a fic over there as well. We've got a couple of chapters up, but she's in the lead this time. And I'm writing Mac this time. So the tables are reversed. And this guy is the main character's dad. So that's all from that notebook. So how's it so far? Are you enjoying it all? Let me just put that down there, give my little hand a rest. and have a cup of tea. She wrote, I would like a sloth, please, and thank you. So would I. I know. I looked in the Bethesda store hoping that they would sell one, but they don't. No. I bet there's somebody out there who could make one, though. Sorry, I'm having to slurp. Shiro, bless you. Thank you for the follow. I've just looked across. I've got to look to my right now to look at the tablet instead of my left, which I normally do on gaming days. Quick slurp. Right. Next up. I have got more to show you than I thought today, haven't I? Right. So this is my most recent portfolio. And I started with this no pencil. It was straight pen to paper picture of Nora. That's Vincent's Nora. I imagine Vincent can draw. I imagine he's a really good artist. He used to be a staff sergeant, just like Bob Ross, and I imagine he's a bit of that school of painting. So, you know, this is my headcanon that Vincent drew this. Yeah. Let me see. These pens. These pens are what I used to draw that with. So, just to show you a few of my bits and pieces. My art materials. And we've got something else I'm really, really, really proud of. Ike's Midnights. This is Ike. Yes, I did just Google old biker man. And I got this guy. I have no idea who he is or was. But he has such an expressive face. And it was just out there. And other people have done pictures of this guy as well. So, yeah, I borrowed it as well. But I'm so pleased with how he turned out. Yeah, he's got a ton of character. You imagine he was a really nice guy. I love that it's obviously he used to have an earring in there as well. And his old biker cap. Got loads of texture and shape in that. I was so pleased with it. And I designed the back of his jacket so that what you can see just like here, that is this bit. So he's got that embroidered onto his back along with some flowers that represent his wife. And then we did something, and we flicked to the very back of the book, because my Sprog, who is 13 years old, came up with an idea. Why not do... we saw the colour palettes, and they said, why not do a colour palette based on all the flavours of Nuka-Cola? And I thought that was a brilliant idea. So we've got your basic Nuka, we've got your Nuka Cherry, Nuka Orange, Nuka Grape. Why have I got orange twice there for some reason? Oh no, oh, Cherry Orange. I've done a double there. I think that's called Nuka Wild. I don't know. There's some mixes in Nuka World you can get. So yeah, all the different shades. That one's Nuka Victory, I think. Might be wrong. I've got it somewhere on my Tumblr. I've got a picture and I've put the proper names on there. Yeah, so many different palette choices. So because I'm part of Artists of the Apocalypse, we do on Tumblr, we do like every weekend, there's a whole group of us run by a person called Law, and they're the organizer, and they usually lead, but every week there's a different prompt, and sometimes it's a palette. And if we want to, because we're all volunteer artists, we're doing it all for free. All you need to do is follow the prompt instructions, put your request in. It's all very, very organised. So if we don't serve your request at the beginning, then it will get pushed forwards next time. So you know, you go to the head of the queue or near the top of the queue. New people always come first, by the way. But this was actually before I did that challenge for the Artists of the Apocalypse. I just gave it a run through. So yeah, we've got Codsworth in Quantum. Paladin Dance again. We've got Piper and Dogmeat. I think they're in the same palette, these two. Yeah. Mccready again. Sometimes I get him right, sometimes almost. Yeah, Dogmeat was a challenge. I'm not used to drawing animals, to be honest. But not bad. I think his eyes are a bit too close together. And his nose is a bit odd, but not bad. Porter Gage again, you see, I still prefer the first one I did, but those colours work really well with him. If anything, he looks a bit younger there, to be honest. I could have made him look a little bit older. And we have a Hancock. And we have Beckett from Fallout 76. And we have Proctor Ingram, who doesn't get enough fan art, in my opinion. This took me forever. Husband. Yes, husband. He's so cool. Yeah, Proctor Ingram. I really like her character. You can get some really good banter with her. Aura, I don't know what you mean by 90C GPU. Does not compute right now, sorry. Yeah, so that's just that was bonkers. That took so long to work out. Got her scruffy hair as well, because she's never very neat. This guy is from Fallout 76. Can't remember his name. He's like a lone trader, basically, and he's got Gage's eye patch for some reason. Many years before. I still don't know what that's supposed to be. And again, another greaser jacket. Oh. 90 degrees Celsius. Okay. The weather forecast from Aura. Overheating my brain's graphic card. Yeah, obviously. I've got Nick Valentine in Quantum. Let me just try and turn that towards the light a bit more. There we go. And a silly doodle I've done of Mccready with my coffee mug, because I make bad jokes like that sometimes, don't I, Arcane? I try to make good ones, but they always come out. I don't know. I'm a mum who makes dad jokes. Go figure. And then we have one I'm so incredibly proud of, especially the face. Maybe not so much the shoulders, because they're a bit out of scale. I mean, I'll show you the whole thing. Look. His head's too small in comparison with his body, really. So the body should have stopped about there, ideally. Thank you, Shiro. Yeah, it's all these. It's all the basic. It's all the basic friction palette. You can see it's these two colours for Deacon. Those two. And only those two. I didn't use anything else. So yeah, you might guess that's one of my favourite colours. But yeah, his face. I am just so pleased with the way the reflections in his glasses turned out. The ageing on his face as well, because he's not supposed to be a young'un. Deacon isn't. You don't know exactly how old he is, but he's got to be 40 plus. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. Okay, fisheye selfie lens. Oh yeah, it does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Do you know, I think the picture I copied it from was a bit fisheye, to be honest. Right, what have we got next? Oh, we've got some fun stuff now. Right, sometimes on Tumblr there are some like various months of prompts. So next month is going to be a fluffy February. I might do something for that. In October there's very often an OC-tober, or there are Halloween-like ones. And yeah, I had prompts. One was for taking your OC and turning them into something that they're really not. So I thought, okay, let's take Vincent, who is my good guy. He's not goody two shoes because he's got his problems. He's not perfect, but he's my good guy. And I wondered what it would have been like if he'd have turned to the dark side and gone with the Raiders. Which faction would he have gone with? I thought, well, probably the Pack, actually. That makes most sense for him. So I recreated his character as this vindictive. He hates Voltec, loves Grognak, you know, and has basically turned into this barbarian. So that was quite fun to do, but writing the story, the little drabble story that went with it, was hard work because here's my beloved guy doing things that I would never have him do. So yeah, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then we have a Halloween costume. Mac and Vin dressed each other up as things that the other person hated. So Vincent hates Jangles the Moon Monkey, and Mac is kind of scared of aliens. So we get Vincent as a Zayton and Mccready as Jangles. He's not impressed. He's wearing cardboard like Jangles' mouth and silly eyeballs and monkey ears, and he's got that helmet on there as well. And we've got Vin in this terrible kind of rubber alien cap. I think Mccready made his costume though, because although Max says he's not a hammer and nails kind of guy, I imagine he's actually quite good at textiles. You know, fixing his own clothes usually. Although he still hasn't found a sleeve for that jacket, but I think that's intentional. So the Zayton is taking Jangles hostage. I thought that was fun. What else have we got? We have got some portraits of somebody else who really likes dance. I can't remember if these were art swaps or gifts. One of them was definitely a Fallout Sketchy Secret Santa gift. But yeah, these I took my time on, and as you can see, there's a ton of detail. Many boulettes. Yeah, I think some of these costumes that people put them in are mods that I don't have access to. And that's Cecily. Again, a Mutuals OC. She turned out pretty well. And then we have... Oh, I can't remember her name. Another OC. Oh, Charlie. Oh, this is Charlie. Okay. Pip-Boy there. They're giving each other gifts. So, of course, Charlie receives a laser gun from Dance, and Dance receives a book. I actually gave him a bit of a smile for a change. But yeah, I love doing these voluntary events because it's a lot of fun. I'm actually signed up to do one. I won't tell you who it's for or what I'm doing, but I'm basically doing an art swap. Oh, thank you. I'm glugging it. Look, proof. Redeemed. I'm hydrating. This is really good tea, by the way. It's the kind of tea that you don't put milk in. I'm just going to show you this again. If you want some, I've got a massive tin of this stuff. Tiger Eye, Oolong, Gunpowder, Cardamom. It's good stuff. And it's... There you go. Right, there's more. I've taped some of these together because they're not got anything in them. That's another character. Now I did this line drawing and I coloured it using Pixlr, because at the time I didn't have a tablet. So what I used to do is just do these line drawings, take a photograph, and then do colour editing and like filters in Pixlr, and that works really well. And there's Nick, very pleased with this one. And he's available to download in my Ko-fi shop now. I want to do some more of these line drawings for people to buy and either print off or save and you know, put in a digital drawing program of their own and colour it and hopefully send it back. Oh, she's got a Janine Melnitz vibe. Yes, she does. She's really ditzy. There is a really good fanfic with this character in. And it's by Velvet Verve. Oh, my brain is not working with me at the moment. I will post links. Yeah, I'll recommend some fic over on my Twitter at some point. But it's a really, really good story. Very well written. You wait, it'll come to me. It'll just pop up. Right, another Pompadour. Sturgis, who also doesn't get as much fan art as he might. Again, this guy is available to be coloured in. And then we've got one I coloured on Pixlr again, Mccready. If you look on my Tumblr, you might come across that one. Yes, we love pomps because they look cool. Somebody's character there, and Kate behind. Fingers turned out a bit too stubby. I was trying to get some perspective, but it didn't quite work out. And then I did a bit of an alternate universe steampunk Mccready, and he's turned out quite splendidly, I think. I'm rather pleased with his arm attachment. No idea what it does, but I think he looks very fine. Of course, he's got a rifle still. This one, I think you can get this one for free to colour in on my Ko-fi. There you go. And yeah, yes, there's lots of Mccready art. I really like this guy's face. I'm very pleased with how I got it done there. That was for Woodspurge's birthday, actually. Okie doke, devilish. Yeah, I'm nearly done, actually, dude. I can't go too much longer. I'm getting a bit tired. I had a booster jab yesterday and my arm is really sore. Anyway, this is, yeah, Mccready and his son, little Duncan, who's got his little rocket pyjamas on. There's Mr. Huggy. He's gone to bed in Mccready's hat. We always have to have a little Mr. Huggy in there. And they're reading a comic book, so I kind of put some monsters and some not suggestive, wrong words, Al. Suggestions of pictures in there. Oh, good grief, my brain sometimes. Right, what's next? Oh yeah, we've got Dog Meat as a puppy. Now this was actually based on a picture of a real Alsatian who was named Dog Meat. I wanted a picture of a young pup who was actually not Dog Meat, related to Dog Meat in a story that I did. But yeah, it's based on a picture of a real dog who's called Dog Meat. Look at his little beans. So I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. Fur is really hard to draw. To get it right. And then we've got a very romantic, very, very old-fashioned kiss in the rain. Vincent and his Nora. And again, I used an old picture for that, for reference. A soldier who'd come home to his wife, so that's sort of based on a true image. Yeah, so that's very sweet. Happy with that. And then we've got some guys that I've done some role playing with. These characters here. Fritz, that's Captain Jax. That is Captain Jack Walters, Fritzy. And then, yeah, Vincent again. So these are colouring ones again. Arcane, you don't really draw fur so much as imply it with negative spaces. Yeah, it's really hard to know what not to draw, what to leave out. We've got Mama Murphy. Trash Can Carla, you stole my power armour. Paladin Brandis from the Brotherhood. Before he had his haircut. We've got another one of Travis. And Proctor Quinlan. Daisy from Good Neighbour and Marcy, who gets a lot of bad rap, but you know, if you know her story, she's been through the wars. It's been really tough on her, so no wonder she's snappy. And then we've got, if I turn it round, that's actually sideways. No, that's actually upside down. Okay, this is Sonia. This is a robot which blasts through walls with a sonic beam. So, yep, I can draw robots too. And it's quite fun, actually. And we've got a lot of people's favourite, dear little Kent Connolly, the Silver Shroud's biggest fan. I think I got his face just right, because he was a worried little chap. And another one of Preston. I would love to know what characters people would like to see for me to draw outlines of like this, that I could put in my shop for people to download and colour in. That's a friend's character called Eliza. And hey, then we've got Sugar Stars. Ghoul, Kazumi. No, not Kazumi. Yes. Kyo, sorry, Kyo. I'm really pleased with how the hair turned out on that one, actually. And her expression. So I showed you the drawing of Jimmy Kizumura earlier. This is his daughter. Cleo, yes. I haven't drawn Cleo yet. Okie doke. I will note that down. That is a character called Ellie. She turned out pretty well. I get some really, really nice feedback from people when I do a picture of their OC. It makes me very happy. Right. The last one in this book is a very intimate one. I've had to cover a bit up to make it a bit safe. But I am so proud of this one, how it turned out, that I have to show it off. Yes, it's been the Mac again, having a smooch. Again, yes, I used photo reference, but I was just so pleased with how the shading turned out. Yeah, I've covered his bum up. But the hair and the faces, making them, using a reference that is other people and making it look like your character is quite tricky. But I've drawn these two enough to know exactly what they look like, to get a good feel for them. Yeah, so I'm very pleased with that. Arcane, I should draw more robots. I really should. Maybe I could do a series of robots. Yeah, and then we're back to the Nuka-Cola palette. So I've got one more book, which is underneath my stand there. I've got one more book to show you. And then I shall call it a day. But I'm glad this is working. Oh, no, actually, there's a couple of extra things I was going to show you, so I'll make it quick, but yeah, there's a couple of extra things sitting next to me. Nick Valentine again. So this is newer. And all my latest stuff has been digital, actually, so I don't know yet how to live stream using my tablet and Ibis Paint X. I don't know if it's possible to get that to Twitch without using a PC, because that's the missing link. Arcane says, Nick! Do you like Nick, Arcane? Do you like the robot synth detective? Alright, you can with iOS. Well, what's that? My tablet is an Android. I have the Twitch app installed, yeah. Ah, oof. Okay. I need to find an Android equivalent then, don't I? It's the Apple. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's something around, but I just haven't found it yet. I'll keep looking. Natasha Sokolove, from one of my most favourite fanfics. I actually drew her and Mccready again for a sketchy Secret Santa for Adventures of Megatron, who writes Bring the Gasoline and related fanfics over on Archive of Our Own. And she's such an interesting character, and Meg is such a good writer. She's really descriptive, really sensorial in her descriptions of things. You really feel like you're there. So that was my first attempt at drawing that. And then we have a character called Murphy, who I'm quite pleased with this one because of the lack of lines on the face. I've managed to get expression there with nothing. I didn't overdo it, basically. And she's got a cool new Curie t-shirt on too. I don't think there's a lot more in this, actually. That's not so great. I won't show you that. Oh, Vincent and Vaughn when they were little boys. I did this for one of those prompt challenges. So there's like a prompt every day sometimes in these challenges, and you can either do a picture or you can write a bit of drabble that's like a few paragraphs. Oh, angry Vincent. This was hashed out quite quickly. Again, for a prompt called angry, funnily enough, there's his eagle. That's rubbish. That's not bad. Not great. Mccready in the rain. That's terrible. That's not great either. That's okay. Leonore. Yeah, when I was first trying to do cartoony sort of sketches, it was pretty awful. This picture I'm really pleased with. A lantern. It's got a special symbol in it because it relates to a story that I wrote. Sort of post-railroad. So it is a railroad symbol, but it's based on a railroad symbol. It's a little bit different. What else have we got? Yeah, another prompt. Vin looking at himself in a whiskey glass. So I had to kind of take a picture of myself doing this to get a rough idea of how it would look. I can use Streamlabs on Android to stream my screen. Oh, okay. Thanks, Aura. I'll look into that. Oh, bloodworms. Yeah, I love these guys. It's tremors. You find these in Nuka World. Gross. I do like drawing creatures as well. So robots and creatures I need to do more of, don't I? Because that's not very often a thing. What have I got? Oh, there is adult Sean, my adult Sean, with Kasumi, who's his girlfriend. Again, for a prompt. Totally different style. Nick and the Mysterious Stranger. General Lizzie. Somebody else's OC. So yeah, I've done quite a bit. Oh, there's Vaunzander getting his tattoo. That says Olivia in Greek. So that's his mum's name. And she's a character now in our story. She's a ghoul, but she's a character in our story. But also, whenever I find a female ghoul around, in all of my OC's worlds, I make her Aunt Libby. Libby short for Olivia. Right, I think, is that it for that one? Yes. Yes, that's it. So far, yeah, I've got some paper left in there. So far, that's it. So my drawing tools are friction pens and it's pretty basic black lining pens. Good drawing pencils. My zebra pencil case. Zebra's the like a symbol for Ehlers-Danlos sufferers, which I'll explain another time. Anyway, yeah, good pencil sharpener. Just decent rubber, some Faber-Castell, yeah. And you know, I occasionally will scribble in biro as well, but I've got a load of these brown friction pens, as you can see, and when they're new they are very dark. The ink is very dark, easily smudgeable. When they get older they become paler, so it's useful to have, I have 2 or 3 at a go sometimes in various states of drying out, because you get different tone with them. So okay, something really cool to show you now. Nearly there, nearly finished. First of all, I'm going to paint this guy soon. ArcaneArmoury has a 3D printer and he printed this guy out for me. He didn't make the file, but he got that online somewhere. But I have a Hancock bust. But he did make me a little plinth for it. So, sorry Hancock. So he's got a little plinth. I need to paint him and glue him on there properly. There we go. So that's that. And Kit in the Hat Lady, who is a good friend and also one of my moderators actually, designed Skylar Woods, my survival character. So ArcaneArmoury printed her out for me and I painted her. Now, come on, focus. A little bit further away. I've got some photographs. I put some photographs of this on Instagram recently, I think. So that's really cool that I've got a figure. Having, you know, been a role player and painted miniatures for years, a while ago. Oh, the file is on Thingiverse. Thank you, Arcane. Yeah, I just chuffed to have a figure of my character. It's so cool. I love Hero Forge. And of course, I had to do Vincent. So here he is. Ta-da! I haven't painted him yet. He hasn't even got undercoat on him. But he's there ready to fix things. He's got his stogie in his mouth. He's got his sniper rifle on his back. They didn't have a Gauss rifle, so you know, he uses sniper rifles too. So that's fine. He's got his leather jacket on. And his backpack, because it doesn't make sense why they didn't give you a backpack straight away in Fallout, but you're carrying all this stuff in your pocket somehow. Anyway, so there's my really cool figures. You will see those painted at some point. And let me just pop these over there so I've got a bit of room. Because, yeah, this is the paper I normally use as well. Someone give you a number from 1 to 49. 11. Why, Aura? Staring at your desktop wondering what to play. Oh, number 11. Okay. Right, I just want to say thank you all very, very much for joining me. And ta-da! I did a little scribble this morning. There's Dimity. I made myself a Vault Girl. I picked Overwatch. Okay, Aura, have fun with Overwatch. And yeah, if you like what I do, please pop over to Ko-fi. You can tip a few caps. My commissions are open as well. If you can't do commissions, then if you go onto Tumblr, the Artist of the Apocalypse, sometimes I volunteer as one of the artists. Now, I can't guarantee that it will be me doing your request, but you can keep an eye out for when I am one of the active volunteers. That's every weekend, so the prompts come out on, I want to say, well, it's Friday for me here, but I think in the US it's more like late Thursday night, 8 o'clock, I think, in US time, US Pacific time. Yeah, so keep an eye on the announcements on Thursdays. So yeah, the pink wasn't really quite the pink I was going for. It was a little bit purpley, but never mind. I might redo that in digital and see how it comes out. It's got my new hair dye there as well. But thank you for watching, and we will see you again on Sunday, where we will be gaming again with Skylar. It's your turn Sunday. Thanks, guys. Take care out there. Bye for now.